The American Foundation for the Blind presents Using Google Docs and Drive with NVDA. Module 5, Google Docs, Orientation and Navigation.
In this module, we'll explore the top-level buttons, the application menus and toolbar, followed by a closer look at the accessibility menu and enabling Braille support, and finally, the available views in Google Docs. The Firefox browser is open to a new blank document in Google Docs. While the Firefox web browser certainly has its own menu bar, available by pressing the Alt key,
File submenu Alt plus F1 on 7.
and then the left and right arrow keys to navigate across.
Edit submenu Alt plus E2 on 7. View submenu Alt plus V3 on 7.
Or I'll press left to go back to the file menu.
Edit submenu File submenu Alt plus F1 on 7.
And then the down arrow.
New tab Control plus TT1 on 6. New window Control plus NN2 on 6. New private window Control plus Shift plus PW3 on 6.
So this contains options for working with the browser itself. I'll close the Firefox menu bar by pressing Escape.
Untitled document Google Docs.
However, for Google Docs, it also has its own application menus. So for example, Alt F would open the file menu in Mozilla Firefox. So to avoid the keystrokes conflicting, there are different keystrokes for directly accessing the application menus in Google Docs. For example, the file menu, instead of pressing Alt F as I would for the file menu in the browser, I'll press Alt Shift F.
File submenu 1 of 10.
And just as before, to explore this menu, I can simply use the down arrow.
Share S 1 of 1. New N submenu 1 on 6. Open O shortcut Control plus O2 on 6. Rename R 3 on 6.
So as you see, these are now options specific to Google Docs rather than the browser. And just as in the browser menus, the application menu I can go across with left and right arrow to look at the other application menus.
Edit submenu 2 on 10. View submenu 3 on 10. Insert submenu 4 on 10. Format submenu 5 on 10. Tools submenu 6 on 10. Table submenu 7 on 10. Add-ons submenu 8 on 10. Help submenu 9 on 10. Accessibility submenu 10 on 10.
And you can always close the menus by pressing the Escape key.
Document region grouping.
And each of these menus does have a direct keyboard shortcut. So for example, to open the Format application menu, I can press Alt-Shift-O.
Format submenu 5 on 10.
And press down arrow to view some of the options.
Bold, B, shortcut Control plus B 1 on 6. Italic, I, shortcut Control plus I, 2 on 6. Underline, U, shortcut Control plus U 3 on 6.
And again, I'll press Escape to close the menu and return to the document area.
Format submenu 5 on 10. Document region grouping.
Now, Google Docs also has a very convenient and time-saving keystroke for if you either don't remember where something is located in the menus or have never found it before. You can search the menus with a single keystroke, which is Alt with the slash. If I press Alt/ now, that's the / in the bottom right corner of most keyboards.
Search the menus Alt plus / combo box collapsed as autocomplete editable blank menu submenu.
Now I can search the menus. So for example, let's say that we wanted to center a line at the top of the document, and we weren't sure where to find the option for centering, and we had not learned the keyboard shortcut yet for centering. I can simply start to type center.
Search the menu. Center align text shortcut Control plus Shift plus E not checked 1 on 10.
I typed CEN, and then the first search result is here. It also conveniently does tell me the direct keyboard shortcut, and which I could use, or I could just simply press Enter on this, and it would have the same effect as if I had either used the direct keyboard shortcut or found it in the menus and pressed Enter. I'll press Escape to return to the document area.
Grouping.
Now a specific look at the accessibility menu. This menu will only appear if you have screen reader support enabled, and it does have a direct keyboard shortcut, which is Alt-Shift-A.
Accessibility submenu 10 of 10.
And the accessibility menu provides some very useful features, such as the ability to navigate through your document by different amounts and increments, and also provides some convenient ways to read specific information, such as to check the formatting of some text that you've highlighted, etc. We'll take a quick look through these menus. I'll press down arrow.
Speak S. Submenu 1 of 11.
The Speak submenu, I'll press the right arrow to expand the submenu.
Speak selection S. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus X 1 of 7. Speak selection formatting F. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus A Control plus Alt plus F 2 of 7. Speak cursor location L. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus A Control plus Alt plus L 3 of 7.
I'll press the left arrow to go back to the main app accessibility menu.
Speak S. Submenu 1 of 11. Comments C. Submenu 2 of 11.
I'll continue pressing down arrow.
Footnote N. Submenu 3 of 11. Headings H. Submenu 4 of 11.
So headings, for example, I can expand with the right arrow.
Move to next heading N. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus N Control plus Alt plus H 1 of 2. Move to previous heading P. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus P Control plus Alt plus H 2 of 2.
I'll press the left arrow to go back to the accessibility menu.
Headings H. Submenu 4 of 11.
And I'll press down arrow to the last item in the accessibility menu.
Graphics G. Submenu list L. Submenu zip link K. Submenu table T. Misspelling M. Formatting O. Settings E. Submenu 11 of 11.
So I found settings, and I can press the right arrow to expand this submenu.
Toggle screen reader support S. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus Z 1 of 2.
So as we learned back in Module 1, here it is giving the keyboard shortcut to enable the screen reader mode. I'll press down arrow.
Enable Braille support B. Not checked 2 of 2.
And this is where we could enable Braille support. Now remember, rather than going through this entire menu and searching and pressing down arrow so many times, I'll press escape first to go back to the document area.
Untitled document Google Docs Mozilla Firefox unknown document region untitled.
This would be a useful time to use the menu search function. So again, I can simply press Alt with the slash.
Search the menus Alt plus slash combo box.
And I'll start to type the word Braille.
Enable Braille support not checked 1 of 5.
The option immediately appears, and I can simply press Enter to activate it.
Braille support enabled. Document content edit multi-line blank.
And we heard the message Braille support enabled. Now there are some special considerations when you do have Braille support enabled, and we will refer you to the written information in Module 5. Braille support is actively being developed by Google, and we will endeavor to make sure that that information is kept current in Module 5. Now, in addition to the application menus, Google Docs also has what are called the top-level buttons and the toolbar. So to access these, the easiest way is to start by first going to the application menus. We'll use the File menu, for example. Remember that keyboard shortcut is Alt-Shift-F.
File submenu 1 of 10.
And to locate the top-level buttons, we can press Shift-Tab.
Share. Private to only me button.
So there's the Share button.
Open comments thread. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus Shift plus A. Toggle button not pressed.
The button to open the comments thread.
Organize button.
Organize to move this document into a folder in your Google Drive.
Star checkbox not checked.
And the checkbox to star this document, which is a way to give it a special status and to highlight to make it easier to find in the future. I'll press Escape to leave the top-level menu buttons.
Document region. Document content edit multi-line blank.
And then for the toolbar, in a similar way, we'll first access the File Applications menu with Alt-Shift-F.
File submenu 1 of 10.
And this time we'll press the Tab key.
All changes saved in Drive. Every change you make is automatically. Main toolbar. Print. Shortcut Control plus B button.
And now we're on the main toolbar. And we can review the available options on the toolbar with the left and right arrow keys. I'll press right arrow.
Undo shortcut Control plus Z button. Redo shortcut Control plus Y button. Paint format toggle button not pressed. Zoom list collapsed submenu. Styles list collapsed submenu. Font list collapsed submenu. Dial toolbar font size list collapsed submenu. Bold shortcut Control plus V toggle button not pressed.
And then I'll press Escape to return to the document area.
Document region.
Now you noticed when we reviewed the items on the toolbar, the keyboard shortcuts for each item were spoken for those that have keyboard shortcuts. So most of the time, it would be much more efficient once you are familiar with Google Docs and learn those keyboard shortcuts to simply press them. And I'll also note that most options in both the top level buttons and the toolbar are also available in the application menus. So there are multiple ways to accomplish a task. Finally, we'll take a quick look at the available view modes in Google Docs. This is available again on the toolbar. We'll look at the application menu. So we wish to go to the View menu. I'll press Alt-Shift-V as in View.
View submenu 3 of 10.
And down arrow.
Print layout P, checked 1 of 2. Mode M, submenu 2 of 2.
And the view modes specifically are what we wish to look at here. I'll press the right arrow to expand this submenu.
Editing edit document directly 1 of 3.
So there are 3 modes. Editing is the first and default viewing mode. This is a standard word processing mode where I'm directly editing the document that I'm working in. This is the case if I'm the owner of the document. If I'm working in a shared document, I may or may not have permission to directly edit the document. I'll press down arrow.
Suggesting edits become suggestions 2 of 3.
Suggesting edits is a mode that we'll cover in a later module. In this mode, you would normally be working in a shared document, and it would allow me to make changes, additions, and deletions in the document, but instead of it affecting the original, those changes would be made as suggested edits that the document owner could review, could approve, or could reject. I'll press down arrow.
Viewing read or print final document 3 of 3.
And then finally, the viewing mode is a way that you would be able to place the document in a read-only state, which could be convenient if it's a large document and you don't want to accidentally change the content. It would allow you to read through the document, to navigate it, and also to print it. I'll press Escape to close the application menus and return us to the document area.
Untitled document Google Docs Mozilla Firefox.
For more LearnTech tutorials, visit afb.org/learntech. This tutorial was presented with support from the Lions Club's International Foundation and the Jesse Ball DuPont Fund.